Hello everyone. We have a lot of new long positions for Monday's session. Once again, you can either allocate your capital the way that I suggest, or you can play one, whichever one is your personal favorite position, and put all your account capital in. Or you can do probably what's the best way to do this methodology when you're a new person. Each long position, only 10% of your account capital. That way you never have any more than 10 stocks. You call your laggards and buy the winners of the ones you like best. But this evening, sadly, didn't want to have this many, but there's 8 stocks that I have to go long. And that's pretty crazy considering that for the first time in this entire rally and for the first time in years, I flagged over 40 names on Friday, basically because of quadruple witching. If not for quadruple witching, there's no way it would have happened. Who knows if we're near a top with all these flag stocks or if we're about ready to really break out, but it was the most in a long time. So let's get to the ones I decided to take. PPBI, Slim quality stock that was also confirmed in my price volume BOP scan. I'm going long with the limit order at 40.20. I'll be using stops at 38.50 and 37.45. This will be my first stop level, and this will be my second stop level on a closing basis only. Why I'm going long? Bounce right off the 50-day moving average with the close near the high of the day with a huge surge in volume and a surge in BOP to max green. What makes it even better is that it's had green and yellow BOP the entire base. Now back in the day before 2008, these things would have green the whole time, and I would just know that, oh, this is a 10% personal long position for me. We just don't have the kind of beautiful setups that we had. So I'm going to take it the way that I got to take it. PPBI, 3% of my account capital. The next long position that I'm taking is PKBK. This is a beautiful chart pattern, and it's very, very pretty. If this base was much longer and if it went all the way to the 50-day moving average and it bounced right off the 50-day moving average with this surge in volume, with this surge in BOP to max green, with all this positive BOP, I would love this chart, but as it is, it's just very pretty. And it's very thin too, so you can take this into consideration. If you don't like thin stocks, do not play this. But I really, 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 really like this chart pattern. I just wish this current base was longer. But once again, a bounce breakout on very strong volume, max green pocket pivot point signal. I'm going to be going long with the limit at 21.75 with a stop at 21.30. It closes below this level, I am all out. Now the next new long position I want to go over is I wasn't sure what to call this one. I just go long whatever triggers a signal. I don't care, but when I give it to members, I want to distinguish between quality names and speculative names. DAIO, kind of threw it in the middle, but you know what? Upon further review, it's a Slim quality stock. Where's my notes? Right here. It's got a 93 composite, 77 EPS, 97 relative strength. Its earnings per share growth in the most recent quarter was 125%. Sales was 28%. It has no debt. Return on equity of 10.78%. Profit margin of 4.2%. And its product is in Tesla vehicles. And I think they just signed a contract with Bosch. So this is a quality stock. The problem is it's thin and it's low price. The not problem is this is a very pretty chart pattern. There is a lot of green balance of power, a lot of big tall green volume bars, which is accumulation, with a lot of bullish intraday and overall candlestick price patterns. After hitting this recent high here in February, it has pulled back and done so on below average volume. There was one big up day on strong volume, but an intraday reversal prevented it from closing near the highs. But it's consolidated on quiet volume, and on Friday it had a slight uptick in volume, producing a pocket pivot point signal, with BOP remaining max green and being green in the entire previous uptrend and base. Even though the 50-day moving average isn't there, that's a long signal for me. And let's not, don't let it overshadow that it was also in my green BOP scan for 20 days and in my max green BOP for 5 days scan. So Slim quality stock confirmed in 2 side scans with it having below average volume. So DAIO, I'm going long with the limit order at 4.99. My first stop will be at 4.80, and my second stop will be at 4.65. So a move below here, I'll be out of half. A move below here, which will be below the 50-day moving average, I'll get out of all of it. But it's a great pattern. We'll see if it works. Then JBT is giving another ad signal. Slim quality, perfect speculator quality. It was confirmed in my price volume BOP scan, and it was also in my max green BOP for 5-day scan. Another heavy volume bounce right off support. I'm going to be going long, limit at 89.25, stops at 87.62, 86.25, and then 85.62, just like my original long position just a few days ago. And then I'm also adding to PFBC. This was just a new long position the day before. PFBC broke out through the 50-day moving average with a pocket pivot point signal and becomes a new long because it's can slim quality and perfect speculator scan quality. That with the above average volume pocket pivot point signal is a must take long position. And then whenever it confirms that move with the follow through bounce off the 50-day moving average on even heavier volume, also being a pocket pivot point signal with BOP moving higher into the green area, it's an absolute add signal. So can slim, perfect speculator, and then it was actually confirmed in the price volume BOP scan. So adding to my PFBC position, limit order at 56.70, first stop 54.22 below yesterday's low a day, final stop with a move below 53.56 just like the original position. But some really great solid long signals, not to mention all the other ones I'm passing on, but those were the best of the best. Moving on to the speculative long positions, VSAR only triggered in my price volume BOP surge scan, but the volume surge along with BOP surging to max green BOP from already having green BOP on the previous leg of the uptrend and on the entire downtrend made it an kind of an easy long signal. There is a slight issue here. Do you notice how volume's heavy on the pullback? It would have been preferred if volume was below average. So while BOP declined, I wish volume would have, but since the chart pattern looks great overall, the uptrending nature of the stock, the bouncing off support, all the green BOP and overall good volume accumulation flow in it since the November lows, and a clear-cut support level, I'm going long. Limit order at 19.20, stop at 17.92, and then 17.20. Want to give it some wiggle room, but it's going to be 1% of my account capital since it was just in the price volume BOP scan. Then the two more speculative ones, SEV. I, along with a few other members in the chat room, have been watching this for quite some time. After its huge February move, we've been watching it consolidate with max green BOP basically all the way except for one day. Multiple pocket pivot point signals with another one on Friday with a surge in volume. You can see with the bullish intraday reversal, it also closed at the high day. So this is a really nice price volume BOP pattern, but it's not perfect because of this one day. And just because the 50-day moving average. So there's multiple reasons, but the bottom line is it's really nice. I'm going long with the limit at 14.38. My first stop is going to be 13.43 right here. My final stop will be 12.95. My initial profit target will be 17.54. If it hits that and I'm out of half, then it just becomes a straight up trend following long position because it already has a series of higher highs, higher lows, and strong enough accumulation. That's what it should turn into. And then the next resistance level doesn't come into play until all the way, where was it, 1996? Yeah, so then if it can get up to like 22.88, then I'll look at taking more profits. And then the final long position for the weekend, KALB. This was a recent long signal back here. I tried to be cute with my limit order and I missed it. So what's funny is that then I moved up my limit order to 777, I think it was. Yeah, the close, 777. Almost hit it the next day at 770, but it didn't hit it. But now I'm getting a clear add signal with a surge in volume. BOP remained max green the entire way. Low volume when it kind of consolidated right here before this volume surge. So this looks perfect. This looks great. This is a very good add signal. Adding, but going long for me since I missed my limit at 850. My first stop is 803. My final stop is 770. It should be below there. Yep, 770. My initial profit target will be 1065. And then if that's hit, this thing becomes a trend following long position until it can get back up here possibly to 2002. So we'll see if that happens. The stock will more than double if that's the case. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there, everyone. I'll see you in the chat room on Monday and or back here Monday evening, Tuesday morning. Aloha.